Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this video we're going to go ahead and tune the FX on UPREV. I was actually not planning on doing this, but ever since I installed my intakes and my full exhaust, specifically more like the test pipes, I felt like the car wasn't like running right anymore. And I believe it's because of like the back pressure has been removed, stuff like that. So I believe that once we tune it, it should feel a lot better. Just because I had the same issue with the 370Z as well. Had a little bit of sluggishness, especially off the takeoff. After that, it was like okay, but after tuning it, that thing felt like a whole different monster. It felt so much better, felt quicker, transmission shifts were even better. Like the whole car just drove a whole lot better. Now I did shop around and see like pricing and stuff like that when it came to tuning my FX, and right now I'm gonna go ahead and get tuned by Gabe again, which is local to Arizona at INFINITI Motorsports. He tuned my 370Z, and for the number of years, which has honestly been like 5+ years that it's been tuned by him, I have not had a single issue. I even dailied my Z at one point, still never had an issue, never turned off, nothing crazy like that. The main process is him connecting the UPREV cable to the bottom where your what is it called? Not the HDMI. I keep thinking HDMI for whatever reason. But the OBD2 port, he connects the UPREV cable, connects it to a laptop, and he does everything on the UPREV system in order to tune it. And usually they already have like tunes that they start with, and then they go from there, and then they kind of change it a little bit depending on how your car's running. So we'll see how everything goes. I used to have a Q50 like this one a long time ago. This shit's sick.
Now you know. He's the guy, right? He's the guy.
That shit's clean.
That was a big turbo. I think it was a stock turbo. I don't think it's no, what kind of big turbo? The injector. Got high pressure turbo.
Alright guys, so we just got here. We're just waiting for Gabe to get here so we can tune the FX. And I actually got to meet a fellow subscriber that subscribed to the YouTube channel, and he has a Q50 and that thing is badass. Right now they're going for a drive to tune the FX. No, he just left. That shit sounds badass. It looks like he has a Tomei on there. That shit is loud. That shit looks so sick. It's pretty quiet when you don't step on it. It looks wired too. No, they took it already. They're driving it around, yeah. Alright, come on later. No way. That's just louder than my Z. Can't tell if that's a 5.6 or 3.7. No, 3.7. If you guys don't know, those come in a V8 5.6, and that would be a sick build to have. And they go by M56, and the newer versions are Q70, but only some come with the V8. That'll say 5.6 on the side usually if it's a V8. Alright, they just finished up with a tune. They just gotta flash it. They said it did pretty good, and then it pulls pretty good as well. So there's like no concerns with the motor or anything like that. So it should be good. Alright guys, so the tune is officially done. So far I'm already having fun with the car. Doing the little flame pop map. And this thing's pretty loud. In the car it doesn't sound as loud due to my exhaust setup. But once you're outside of the car, that thing was insanely loud. I was surprised that this exhaust sounded like that. I thought I was just gonna get like small little pops, but it's actually pretty loud. And it sounds crazy, it sounds nice. But overall, so far, car is driving great. It just have a quicker response. I know before it was kind of like a little bit sluggish. So far, it's doing pretty good and it's hot outside. I feel like I would notice more of the sluggishness when it was hot outside versus it being cold. But I also have an oil cooler, so that helps out drastically with keeping these temps down and the car running great. Alright, so let's go ahead and go over each map. So if you're interested in tuning your VHR, it doesn't have to be specific to like my FX, because the VHRs are all tunable pretty much the same way. Just the FX is a little bit heavier, and the Z is going to be a little bit lighter, so it does feel quicker because of its lightness, but still the exact same thing. Same motor, 3.7, and it was tunable as you guys just saw in the previous clip. Now, I have a total of 5 maps. So far, from what I've been doing and messing with the car, trying to figure out what each one does, it looks like my first map is like a race map, so it doesn't have any pops. My second map is like a burble map, so when I go over to like 3 to 4K RPM, it'll kind of like burble a little bit, like a few small pops, nothing crazy or obnoxious where it's like really loud, just a few nice pops. The third one, that's where it's like extremely loud and it pops like pop pop pop. And then the fourth one I believe is like a stock map, and then the fifth one is the turn off map where it turns off the car so you can't turn it on. So total of 5 maps. So we're gonna go through each one so you guys can kind of see the difference between each one. Car's like at operating temperature, so we should be good to go ahead and start pushing it now. Right now we are on map 1, and how you change it to each map is you just hold this toggle down, at the same time press this once, and you'll see your cruise and set blink once. Change it to map 2, hold it down, 1, 2. So I pressed the cancel button twice while still holding this down, change it to map 2. Vice versa for the other ones, 3 times for map 3, 4, 5. Alright, so let's go back to map 1. So map 1, this one like I said is a race map. I'm going to go ahead and push it right now so you guys can kind of see that it doesn't pop or anything like that. It's just a map for racing. Alright, so map 1, what are we on right now? 3rd gear? I think that should be okay. See, it doesn't pop, it just goes. Now map 2, 1, 2, blinks twice. Alright, now this is the burble tune. Now, here's the thing about the burble tune. Whenever you want it to pop, you have to like play with the accelerator. So you gotta push it like a little bit. So this is the accelerator. I'm going like this, pushing it, and that's how it pops. So I'm pushing it right now. So it's popping. Alright, so that's map 2. Now let's go ahead and go to map 3. Okay, map 3. This is the pop pop pop. So it's gonna be pretty loud. And then here's the thing, you don't have to go all the way to like 7k RPM for it to pop. My Z is tuned a little bit differently. I do have to go all the way to like 6 to 7k RPM in order for it to pop. But in this one, as you saw, I only go to like 4 to 5 and it pops, which is insane. As you guys can hear, it's loud. And then the fourth map is supposed to be like a stock map, so it doesn't do anything at all. It's just, you know, to go back to stock technically. Now the fifth map, it turns off your car, so you can't turn it on. Alright, since I'm at a stop right now, I'll show you guys the turn off switch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The car just turned off. Let me try to turn it on. It's not gonna turn on. So the car will not turn on until you switch it out of that map. Now it's gonna turn on. And there you go. Alright, so that's mainly everything that you need to know about the tune. I really like the turn off feature because if you're not using it and somebody's trying to like steer your car and they don't know about tunes and stuff like that, then they won't be able to turn on the car without knowing how to actually, you know, fix that. But we're gonna go ahead and stop at a location so I can show you guys the pops and everything when you're at a standstill or at a park. And it does actually pop really loud as well. It's insane how it sounds. Into a location, and I want to go ahead and put my camera down. I'm gonna put it kind of far away, and I don't have my tripod. I actually broke. Okay, that's enough. It's loud. As you guys saw from that previous clip, the FX actually shoots flames. And I thought it was just popping. I didn't think it was gonna shoot flames that big, but they're pretty massive flames. And honestly, it's not just about the pops and the flames and everything like that. It's fun, honestly. It makes the car a lot more enjoyable in my opinion. But the car does actually drive better and it feels fast and it shifts better as well. So the pops and everything is just a plus. But whenever you add intake exhaust, you do want to go ahead and tune it. It's not 100% like necessary, but it does make the car run better and it get used to the modifications that you made. Because obviously the car is not used to running on long tube intakes and technically a Catless, you know, exhaust. It has back pressure and it has resonators and high flow catalytic converters for a reason. So when you're swapping that stuff out, you want to change it so the car does actually run better. And I will say the car runs a whole lot better. It's just insane, like how I just push it, power is there, doesn't bog out or anything like that. It's honestly been great. Same thing on my Z, had it tuned for a while, never had an issue. The car is just more engaging to drive, honestly, in general. Same thing for the Z. Recommend it, in my opinion. But if you guys want to go ahead and get tuned, hit up Gabe at INFINITI Motorsports. I'll link his page somewhere around here and in the description below so you guys can go ahead and hit him up. If you guys want to go ahead and shoot flames and pop really loud, you do need to remove your stock cats and add aftermarket ones. It's better to go with either resonated and just a straight pipe. I got some cheap ones, don't know the brand, but it's just technically a straight pipe going down to an Invidia Catback exhaust. Intakes are not necessary for the tune or to pop. It's mainly more of just your exhaust setup. As long as you can get those Catless pipes, and then an aftermarket exhaust, doesn't matter which one, you can pop. Now you can get high flow cats, which is still like a cat, but it flows a little bit more. That will still pop, but it won't like shoot really loud flames and stuff like that. Like I said, had my tune on my Z for years, never had a problem. So I'm sure you guys won't as well, as long as your car is taken care of, it's not beat up, stuff like that. Obviously, if your car has issues, you may have some problems along the way, but if everything's good, you take care of it, you shouldn't have any problems. As long as you do your oil changes when you're supposed to, you're not waiting 20k miles to do your oil change, you should be fine. But thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.